you guys, what was the thought, hearing the conversation in the locker room after a tough loss today?
Yeah, I mean, it's not much to be said. Just sticking together and just sticking together. Tough loss, and it's just inexcusable. But we got 3 games left, and we all got to do our part and just put our best football on tape.
It looks like finish. You guys couldn't quite get to McCarthy. There was pressure on him, but couldn't get. How frustrating is that when you're that close, but you're not getting him down?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. At the end of the day, we got to get them down. They made some plays, and they made some timely plays, and we can never really capture momentum. We got to just be better in certain spots and get them off the field.
You joined this team, and there were high expectations for this group. Jerry Jones was just saying he's disappointed because he thought this team had a chance to be better than what you guys. I'm sure you feel the same way. What is that feeling in this group about what the expectations were and where you are right now?
Yeah, it's always disappointing. You losing the game, and you got a lot of expectations for the season. Only thing we can do is just go back to work and just lean on our work, stick together, and we still establishing something and building something here. And I think we play hard and finish out the season the right way. We'd be proud of going into next year. So we gotta just keep on just chipping away.
Kerry, do you think this defense is better than it's played so far this season? You've seen spurts where you've been pretty good, and other stretches where
Yeah, that's the toughest part. I feel like we're very talented defense. We just all year we haven't really just put everything together, or all 3 phases of the defense ain't been playing together. So we got to figure that out. It's not like an effort or nothing like that. I think we all playing hard, we playing physical, doing the right things. We got to just consistently just do the right things on the field.
Think anything's changed the last couple of weeks, just in terms of how Detroit and Minnesota attacked you guys compared to the first 3 teams coming out of the bye?
Not really, no. They ran more play action. The Vikings did. They ran more play action, tightened up the lanes inside. But for the most part, it's the same thing that we've been seeing the whole year for real. Sir.
If you play the game long enough, you're going to have some days like this, and it just feels different being at home. First time for me it's happened at home, but I've had days like this every year. Had one specifically every year, so bounce back those years and just do the same thing. Nothing needs to change in the process. Struck the first one well. 51 just left it a little right of the target. And then off the toe for the second one from 59, so pretty easy fixes for me.
On the fake field goal, was that something that was called ahead of time, or was it something that you guys saw as you were lining up?
Called.
Okay. Yeah. How long had y'all been practicing that? Obviously it worked.
Yeah, that's been up for us for a number of weeks. I can't put an exact number on it because I don't recall, but yeah, something we've been practicing on for weeks.
I know it's hard to look back on something like that when it is a loss, but how good did that moment feel? What was that like for you to have a situation like that rather than what you're used to and make it feel good?
Yeah, honestly, we practice it every week, but still surprised to hear it called on game day. So I was just excited to get a chance to go play football, which a lot of kickers don't get to. So it's a little more exciting, getting to the flow of the game, and honestly feels significantly less pressure just reading the field and making a play. So it was nice to have a normal play. Yeah, we didn't play up to our standard today. I think we were missing plays on all 3 phases. So we've got things to clean up, and there's no focusing on other teams. It's only us here. We can only control what we do. So obviously we don't control it until, like you said, so we got to just go win games and see what happens. And if nothing else, we're learning how to win for next season, which you hate to say, but you don't want to go out and find a way to lose games. You want to win games because that translates. A lot of the guys will be here next year, and we'll find ways to win games.
It feels good to find the end zone, but we didn't get the win, so it doesn't feel too good. You know, I wish we would have been able to get the win.
What was kind of just the message from Schottenheimer coming in here? Everyone's walking back, obviously quiet for good reason, but what was the message from Coach tonight?
Just before the game, you saying? After, just continue to fight. Don't lose that fight in us. Don't let the fight die. You just keep on pushing and keep doing. Continue to do what we've been doing. Don't start straight, start looking the other way. Just stay where our feet are and just keep pushing.
When the offense is out, putting the numbers, outnumbering the other team in the air, on the ground, is it frustrating just as offense that you guys can't pull out the win?
It's definitely frustrating whenever you don't win, you know. But like I said, we just got to go back to the drawing board and just keep. Don't let that fight die, like Coach said, and we'll be all right.
What was it that didn't allow you guys to finish drives? You guys had a bunch of fruitful possessions, but it just kept on ending up in field goals. Was there something they were doing that was helping you guys stall out?
I don't think it was anything they were doing. You know, shouts out to them. They're a pretty good team. But I just think we just got to do a better job executing all around, me, myself, and just everyone. It's a team game, so everyone got to, do their job.
What's just the general sense of frustration? I mean, you guys were only
Yeah.
a week and a half or so ago right there in it, and now back-to-back losses, and now your chances obviously
Yeah.
very small.
It's definitely, it's tough. You put in so much work for 17, 18 games out the season, and you want to be able to show what you've been doing. You want to be able to show that work you've been putting in. So it's definitely frustrating when we don't, get the results we want.
Obviously, knowing what's at stake tonight, just how disappointing is it with this loss and put you guys on the stage?
It's always disappointing to lose, but all we can do is the next thing right. You know what I mean? Can't do anything about what just happened. We can focus on just reflecting and learning and hopefully getting a victory next week. We can't do anything about what just happened, so just focusing on the next steps.
What did they do to make it so tough, especially on third downs?
Yeah, they brought a lot of exotic looks. We just got to do a better job of giving Dak time.
Could you talk about where you thought the game might have turned? In other words, y'all were going back and forth for a while there, maybe it was in the fourth quarter?
Kicking field goals instead of scoring touchdowns. When we're in that position, we have to capitalize. We have to score touchdowns. We got to stay ahead of the sticks. There's a lot of things that we have to do in order to have a better result next time out.
Thanks, Stevie.
No problem. All right, y'all have a good night. Happy holidays.